The reason some people instantly command respect and walk into any room feeling confident isn't inherited wealth or luck, it's a deliberate, adjustable psychological dial. We'll show you the 3 micro-behaviors that scientifically calibrate your perceived status. You know, this idea is a total game changer. Most of us go through life thinking that status or that certain it factor is just fixed. You're either born with it or you're not. But that belief, it's not just wrong, it's a cage. It holds us back from opportunities, from promotions, from connections, all because we feel like we just don't have the right personality. But here's the thing, the science is crystal clear. What we see as natural authority is actually a skill. It's a performance, really, built on tiny, controllable behaviors that tell everyone around you exactly how to see you. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that performance and hand you the controls. And that brings us to the central paradox of status. We're taught to see social rank as this rigid ladder, right? Everyone has their spot. But in reality, it's a lot more like water. It's fluid, it's always shifting, and you can absolutely manage it. See, influence isn't about clawing your way to the top. It's earned, second by second, in the quiet language of nonverbal cues. This is what we call status calibration. It is the art and the science of consciously managing your physical signals to shape in real time how the world sees you and reacts to you. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by unpacking this status paradox a little more. Then we'll pinpoint the single biggest obstacle for most people, the anxiety signal. After that, we'll build the solution with what I call the 3 pillars of presence, and then dive into the really cool brain science of why this all works. Then I'm going to give you a practical 3-part protocol you can literally use today. And finally, we'll lock in this new mindset, seeing your status as your own adjustable performance. Okay, so before we can start building, we have to understand what we're up against. There's this invisible wall, and it's called the anxiety signal. It's the specific psychological trigger that keeps people playing small, and it sabotages their own success before they even open their mouths. Let's put a name to this feeling: social comparison anxiety. Picture this: you walk into a final round job interview or a boardroom full of executives. You feel that knot in your stomach, right? That little voice in your head saying, "I don't belong here. I'm an imposter." Well, that is social comparison anxiety. It's your brain's ancient threat detection system going haywire, basically screaming that you're low status and you're at risk. And what happens? Your body instinctively defaults to these defensive, submissive behaviors, all designed to make you invisible and avoid any kind of conflict. It's a survival mechanism from a million years ago that in our world just absolutely strangles our potential. And when that anxiety kicks in, our bodies totally betray us. We start broadcasting all of these low status signals without even realizing it. We talk faster, rushing our words like we don't deserve the airtime. We make ourselves physically smaller. We hunch our shoulders, cross our arms, kind of shrink into our chairs. We look away, breaking eye contact. We react instantly to questions, sounding defensive instead of thoughtful. And here's the crucial part. Other people read these signals instantly and subconsciously as a lack of competence. This creates this horrible negative feedback loop. You feel low status, so you act low status, which makes people treat you as low status, which just proves to you that you were right all along. We are here to shatter that cycle for good. So, we've diagnosed the problem, now let's build the solution. Look, status calibration isn't some vague advice like, oh, just be more confident. That's like telling someone to be taller. It doesn't work. Instead, this is a systematic method, a tangible framework built on 3 concrete, non-verbal pillars that anybody can learn and practice. These are the 3 domains you need to master, and they're so powerful because they're universal. They speak a language that every single human brain understands without thinking. First, space, what psychologists call proxemics management. Second, time, or temporal control. And third, focus, which we'll call attentional allocation. Master these 3 and you master how you're perceived. Let's break each one down. The first pillar is all about how you physically exist in a room. High status people, they just instinctively take up more space. Think of a lion lounging, not a mouse cowering in a corner. So this means open, expansive postures, shoulders back, arms uncrossed, maybe resting an arm on the back of the chair next to you. No fidgeting, no shrinking. It also means moving with a slow, deliberate pace. Rushing signals panic, but a calm, measured walk from the door to the conference table, that projects total control and a sense of ownership. It says you don't just feel like a guest, you feel like you belong there. Now, the second pillar, temporal control, might just be the most powerful of all. High status is signaled by your command over time. Let's say someone asks you a tough question. The low status response is to blurt out an answer immediately, right? As if you have to prove you know it. The high status response, you introduce a deliberate pause. That 1 or 2 second gap communicates that you're considering the question, that your thoughts are valuable, and that you refuse to be rushed. It actually creates anticipation. In the same way, speaking at an unhurried pace gives your words weight and authority. It signals that you're immune to pressure, that you are proactive, not reactive. And the third pillar ties it all together: attentional allocation. In our world of constant distraction, your undivided attention is maybe the most valuable thing you have. High-status people communicate this through their focus. They maintain deep, sustained eye contact, which builds connection and broadcasts confidence, and they are aggressive about minimizing distractions. When they're talking to you, they are with you. The phone isn't just on silent, it is out of sight. Their eyes don't wander. This tells the other person that your attention is a precious resource, and you are choosing to give it to them. Okay, so we have the what, the 3 pillars of space, time, and focus. But for this to really sink in, you need to understand the why. I mean, how can these simple little adjustments have such a massive impact? Well, it's because they're not just social tips. They are direct hacks into the fundamental wiring of both your brain and the brains of everyone around you. The first hack is all about making other people feel calm and safe when they're with you, and it targets a really old, really primal part of their brain. Deep inside all of our brains is something called the amygdala. It's our threat detection center, and it's always scanning for danger. Quick, jerky movements, fast speech, closed-off postures, all that stuff triggers this ancient alarm system and puts people on the defensive. But when you move slowly, take up space, and speak deliberately, you're sending powerful universal safety signals. Your calm presence physically calms the other person's amygdala. You're basically telling their lizard brain, hey, you're safe with me. This shuts down their defensiveness, builds trust way faster, and makes them way more open to your ideas. Now, the second mechanism is just as powerful, but this one is about what happens inside your own mind and body. This isn't just about influencing others, it's about changing how you feel about yourself. This is a concept called embodied cognition, and it shows this amazing two-way street between our minds and our bodies. We think feeling confident makes us stand tall, but the research shows it works the other way too. When you physically adopt high-status postures, standing tall, taking up space, you actually trigger a real, measurable change in your brain chemistry. It can lead to a drop in cortisol, the main stress hormone, and a boost in testosterone, which is linked to confidence. It's a biofeedback loop. By acting powerful, you literally start to feel more powerful from the inside out. It's not just fake it till you make it, it's fake it till you become it. All right, and the last mechanism here exploits one of the most famous cognitive biases in psychology. It gives you this incredible and you might even say unfair advantage in how people see you. So the halo effect is basically a mental shortcut our brains use to make fast judgments. When we see someone with one strong positive trait, we just automatically assume they have other good traits too. Think about Apple products. Their beautiful design makes us assume the technology inside must also be amazing. Well, the same thing happens with people. The strong positive trait you're projecting is confidence through your command of space, time, and focus. And because you seem so confident and in control, people's brains will fill in the blanks and just assume you are also competent, intelligent, and trustworthy. You get the credit before you've even had to prove a thing. Okay, we've covered the theory and the science. Now let's make this real. This isn't just interesting information, it's a tool. I'm going to give you the exact, non-negotiable steps to apply this framework the second you're done with this explainer. This is the protocol. It's simple, it's actionable, and it's designed for you to use immediately. 3 steps. Number 1, the Space and Time Audit. Number 2, the Attentional Lock. And number 3, the Verbal Velocity Regulator. Let's dig into the specifics. Step 1 is an immediate audit of your presence. For space, the mission is to consciously take up about 20% more space than you normally would. Uncross your arms and legs, put your hands on the table, sit back in your chair instead of perching on the edge. I know, it's gonna feel a little weird at first, but it instantly signals comfort and control. For time, the rule is this: you must use a full 1-second pause before you answer any important question. In your head, it'll feel like forever, but to the person listening, it just signals thoughtfulness and poise. Step 2 is the Attentional Lock, and we're putting a number on it. In any important conversation, you're going to aim to maintain eye contact for about 80% of the time. Now, this isn't some creepy, unbroken stare. It's a sustained, connected gaze with just brief, natural glances away. The other non-negotiable part of this is a zero-tolerance policy for distractions. Your phone needs to be out of sight. Your focus is locked. This one act shows immense respect and signals that the person in front of you is your absolute priority. And the third and final step of the protocol is the Verbal Velocity Regulator. In your next high-stakes conversation, whether it's a pitch, a negotiation, whatever, make a conscious effort to slow your normal speaking speed by about 10%. It's a tiny adjustment, but the impact is massive. That slightly slower pace, combined with those deliberate pauses, forces you to be more articulate, it makes your words feel heavier, and it makes people lean in to listen. It signals that what you have to say matters. We have covered the problem, the framework, the science, and the protocol. Now I just want to bring it all together into one single core lesson. A new belief system I want you to carry with you starting right now. This right here is the single most important lesson. Your perceived rank, your status, your presence, it is not some fixed part of your identity that's carved in stone. It is a fluid, adjustable performance. You have the controls. You are no longer a victim of social anxiety or circumstance. You can stop just reacting to the room, and you can start shaping it. You are the director of how you are perceived. So I'll leave you with a direct challenge. Don't let this just be interesting information. Make it a transformation. In your very next important meeting or conversation, will you commit to just two things? The 1-second pause before you answer and the attentional lock. Just try those two and feel the immediate shift in how you feel and how people treat you. You see, that's the power of this system. Status calibration, it solves the problem of social anxiety and the limited influence that comes with it. And why this is so important is because it gives you a systematic way to project confidence and command respect. By mastering your space and controlling your time, you're literally calming the brains of everyone around you and leveraging the halo effect to your advantage. And that's the ultimate takeaway. Productivity isn't about doing more, it's about mastering systems that make focus effortless.